documentary or something. Or I just don't like my own voice, which I'm sure everybody doesn't like.
Nobody does.
She said that on that. Cree Summers was saying you got to get used to your own voice and learn how your voice works because she's like, I got a gravelly voice. It wasn't until she kept making fun of her voice because they were like, what do you do to get ready? And she was like, I don't know, drink Jack Daniels, smoke cigars. Like,
maybe I need to do that because I sit down to record because I'm trying to work on like the documentary for the artwork.
Yeah.
Man, I stumble out some words and it's crickets, and I'll try to think of something to say. It's terrible. I stop.
You're just figuring it out, though.
I'm figuring it out. Like maybe I need to write a script or something first.
Absolutely, just
writing a script works.
And you definitely got all the audio, all the video that's out there. We're gonna talk about
equipment.
Yeah, we got the equipment. We were talking about the fact that DreamCon was here.
Yeah.
DreamCon, this is the last day for DreamCon. So when this comes out, this will be out in a couple of weeks. But DreamCon pulls in 30,000 something people. Comic Palooza is about a month before. It's pulling in 50,000. I'm going to tell you right now.
Holy shit.
Somebody's numbers is off.
They're fudging the numbers.
Somebody's numbers is off. I don't know if Comic Palooza is saying their numbers is way higher than what it is, or maybe they're only counting tickets sold because DreamCon is packed.
Yeah.
Like packed to the brim. It was a great time.
It was amazing.
Fantastic.
Some of the costumes were extremely creative. They had a lot of.
I bet you thought they were creative.
Oh man, it was creative. There's
free
women put a lot of they put a lot of work in their costumes, and I appreciate it because they put the work in the costumes for people to see. So I mean, there was like 7 Chun-Lis that I was like, wow, you have a really good personality. Then there was wrestling. There was so many streamers. Kev on stage was there. Patrick Cloud. He got a chance to talk to Patrick Cloud. To hear more, like some of my favorites from TV, or not even TV, from the internet. Like, it was a great time. And honestly, everybody smelled good because that really matters. Like, it really, really matters.
I don't know. That arcade room did get a little rough. Arcade room got a little rough. I know. I can understand. It smelled better than Comic Palooza.
Yeah.
It smelled better than Comic Palooza.
I can understand.
But the arcade room, you know what I'm saying? Everybody
I was in and out of
keep
there.
keep a little spray deodorant with you, just because.
Everybody came to Houston.
Just because. I hope they do it here again.
I hope they do. Everybody came to Houston. It was wonder because Houston's black and ugly as ever. I stay Houston down to my socks. It's me. It's Avery and my brother,
Just Devon.
And this is In My Humble Opinion podcast. We're going to get right to it. We have been talking to a lot of people that have so much to do with the Houston culture. And the guest that we have today is very important because he's specific for the look of our classic Houston culture. All right, he's a man that's made covers for so many of our, how can you put this, legends, if you will, in Houston. All right, we have Mike Frost with us, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Frost.
What's going on?
Hey, appreciate y'all having me on. That was a good introduction.
Excellent.
Great introduction. Man. I appreciate it.
It was vague because we want you to talk.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about a bunch. I'm gonna start off with the Gritzy. The Gritzy. Tell us about like the Gritzy growing up and going to that, because you were designing stuff in a different space other than hip hop music at first, right?
I actually started in a comic book store. Y'all talking about the DreamCon.
Yeah, okay. We're talking about.
I was going to Fitzgerald's with my friends. We were all into like the punk rock bands.
I know Fitzgerald.
And we used to like. They were all good at drawing. Like I like to draw too, so I just started drawing there. There was a poster artist too named Jermaine. Done a lot of like famous posters for Tool and stuff here. He was actually my manager at the comic book store. Hey. So it started there, going to, and the owner also had a print shop, so he was teaching me how to print the old school way. What
was the comic book shop?
Northside Book Emporium.
Northside Book Emporium. Okay.
And I wanted to make a comic book, so a guy named Joshua Mares got me we all had cracked copies of Photoshop back then. So I got my cracked copy of Photoshop and was trying to design a comic book and draw it. And
people might not remember that time because that was a time when you bought a program and you owned a program.
Yeah, that was the idea.
We could get like a cracked copy of the it wasn't like now everything's like, yo, pay us a subscription and you can get a monthly service. But before you used to just get the program.
Yeah.
The program was super expensive. How much was Photoshop at that time?
Man, I don't remember back then. I remember like 600-700.
Yeah. Photoshop was
it was
not
like
cheap.
for like each one, so you would end up paying $5-10 grand for the whole package.
Yeah.
Like it was expensive. I don't remember the exact number.
But you could always find somebody that had.
It was more than I had.
Oh yeah, way more. It was for companies. It was for people, big time companies. It's like that's how you got a hold of Photoshop, and then whoever had a torrent and was able to download
the good old days.
Because I had a crack copy of Photoshop. Yeah. It was the same thing. Yeah.
But a lot of what I did was just I would listen to music and draw pictures. And whatever came to mind. And then I've always that was like my release. It was my escape. Like the artwork was kind of the first thing I got positive attention for. Mm-hmm. But after the shows at Fitzgerald's, I was like in the Nirvana era, and we started going to we were going to the rave parties too, all the underground rave parties. So I started doing the flyers and like doing mixtape covers for the DJs. And then my homeboy Orbit that I went to high school with, he came by and we were like designing T-shirts together because I had Photoshop and a silkscreen press. I was trying to make like clothes too. And he asked me to do his album cover for Kamikazes. And then we put that out, but then Russell Washington, rest in peace, from Big Time called me. He had me doing flyers for him. These Hispanic guys from the north side, Kickdoor Bandits, had me do a cover. And then G-Dash saw that, and I had a small little...
You had somebody from Los Carnales too, right?
Los Carnales was Josh Mayers. He's the one that gave me the Photoshop.
Los Carnales gave you Photoshop.
Yeah, I sent artwork to a zine he had at the time, like a drawing.
Okay.
And back then, we mailed it. I mailed it to him. Yeah. And he wrote me back, and we met. He brought me Photoshop, and then I learned that I didn't have enough memory because I had a new computer. So you went through the whole thing.
And you had to go buy memory for the computer just to put Photoshop.
Yeah, I think it was like, I don't know, $1,000 a minute. Oh, it was so expensive. I remember I was disappointed because I tried to run a filter, and I got my memory error popped up. And I done got the program. I talked my mom into the computer, and then it was like, damn. All right.
Oh, so you taught your mom into getting the computer and everything, and then I think you're like, I can't even use it.
So I mean, that was. Just bouncing around Houston, all the different. I've always kind of just jumped around different cultures and different things, and I always wanted to design. Always like designed for music. It was just something like, I mean, it wasn't like a career path that I imagined, but it was just what I like to do. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm hella ADHD, so like I just hyper focus on what I like, and just one thing led to another, and then. I never intended to design the whole, all the Houston rap stuff that I did. For me, it was just everything that was going on. Like when I was first exposed to the culture from Orbit, it was just like, it was amazing to me. It was like, this is a whole new world. Mm-hmm. So I just loved exploring it. I loved all the artists. And then when I met at the artists too, it was like, I wanted attention from my artwork. Like I was addicted to it. Almost like social media. People are addicted to attention. Putting out artwork that people like, that was my social media, my dopamine hit. And I just wanted to explore and wanted more. And when I started meeting the artists, I kind of realized they're the same as me. Like they want attention for their work too. And I kind of tapped into that, and and some of the things too, like just when you look at like Houston's very diverse, and I think some people will try to look at things as like a race thing, but all I see is like cultures, and even if I look in the white culture, there's hundreds of different subcultures.
Yeah.
And when I look at like black culture, there's hundreds of different subcultures. When I look at like Hispanic, everything, like there's so much to explore. And I realize these artists like represent first I realized they kind of lean, like Chameleon lean on one part of a culture, while Slim will kind of lean on another. But then I realized, well, this crosses all kinds of boundaries, and it's like there's not only the culture part that they lean on, but there's also like the aspects of being a human being. Like there's guys that, and people and women that just really latch onto that boss mentality.
Yeah.
There's people that like comic book crowd like us, like we latch into that creative comic book thing, and I found like the artwork is a way to like, that became like my style was bringing that out, so people that could relate could see it, and kind of creating those characters. Like you look at even like, not even creating the character, but bringing out what's already there, like amplifying it for people to see.
That crossing the cultures is important, because some of those earlier albums you were doing, those were things you were designing for raves. That look eventually translates to some of the earlier album covers, and it kind of gave a fresh look to what the album covers that were happening, because everybody at this point might be doing it this kind of way, and you were like, hey, I do this for the raves.
There was a lot too, like when I came in, there was a set style for Houston, and or just kind of the South, and I'm a new person. I have to. There's even parallels in Houston music today. Like, if you keep copying what we've done, are you ever really going to stand out? You have to bring your own lane, your own thing. While it's great to pay like homage to what came before you, but you have to create your own lane, your own thing. So bringing in the rave and the punk rock stuff was like one of my ways that I could do that. I mean, it just did it naturally. I didn't think it out back then, but I realized like much later what was going on. And then this really pertains to like AI now. I can get into this, but back then too, I didn't have all the equipment or all the money for equipment or that. We were taking pictures with disposable cameras and getting them developed, putting them on the scanner. Like some of the cameras came later, but everything was so, like, how with AI people can create really great looking things really fast, but they can create so much of it that it just becomes it's just static.
Club flyers.
It's just static. It's noise, right?
Yeah.
So I was also entering in Houston, and doing the album covers where things were starting to become just noise. And I knew from like hanging out with the punk rock guys and everybody else, like we really were into just shit that was raw. So I was like, okay, well, that's what I can do right now. So I was blending some of the rave stuff. I learned some of the techniques for like the metallic letters and stuff. I tried to like not lean on that too much, but it was at a time where just coming back in raw with a lot of the covers that I was doing. That's how I got Dash's attention and everything. So it's a combination of that. It's a combination of the rave stuff, a combination of just actually going out in the streets and doing photo shoots, like, capturing stuff like the generation before us. When you look at the NWA and like all the Rap-A-Lot and the Scarface album covers and the photos, it wasn't, or the Beastie Boys too, like them. It was just raw pictures. So it was a combination of all that, like those influences, like the comic book influences from like the characters. So
all the cultures that you put together.
It was just, it's a mash of everything I've been exposed to.
I mean, you've mentioned it a few times. You talked about Chameleon. You mentioned G Dash. How did you link up with Swisher House then?
That Dash called me after that. Orbit had been telling me about it, because Orbit was like, man, you on the south side, you got this. They got the red cars and the blue cars, and the north side's this, and there's Watts. And I'm like, oh, dude, this sounds like crazy. I didn't know any of this existed. But I just did an album cover for Kick Door Bandits on the north side, and Dash was looking for something different. So he just called me up, and the rest is history on that. But
did you know he was G Dash?
Huh?
Did you know he was G Dash? Like when he called, or you were like, oh, who is this
guy?
I was just happy I had a job to do another cover. So, but I didn't know it at the time. But I was also like, there was a, oh man, I don't want to get the name wrong, but PSK 13 and that Something to Lean To album and 20 to Life and other people from the South Side were coming to me through. I guess it came through it came through Big Time or seeing stuff. I don't know where everything came from, but I didn't even know it at the time. But I was working with people from the South and the North Side, and it just kept coming.
That's good.
It just kept coming. Like, it was, I didn't, never promote it, didn't really plan on it, didn't even understand. It was just, everything was just like a new world to explore.
Also, like, I've read some of the things where you talk about when you're developing the album covers, you're taking like, you got a Devin the Dude hat on right now. And one of those ones I was reading, that album cover where he's like floating
Oh, I love that.
above, and you took elements of his drone footage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, for anybody that knows, if you follow Devin the Dude online and just click into his
You
stories,
do everything.
Devin the Dude has probably the most amazing life,
Yeah.
like ever. He just wakes up and just does stuff. So I remember one day I saw him. He was. This might have been all in a day. He was like driving like these high-powered remote control cars. Then he was doing something with this root beer. Then they were in the forest and they were like hunting wild boar. And I was just like, I said, what does Devin the Dude do?
Stop.
And then I think he ended with a concert somewhere or something like that. So it is kind of interesting, like, where you're taking these elements. Like, how did that album cover come about when you were creating?
I had the vision of what I was looking for because he pitched a concept to me a while back with like him kind of floating in the clouds and some stuff, and we revisited it. But the covers that I did before that with Devin, I liked him and everything, but I didn't really like. There was like a particular vibe I wanted to cast. Like, there was something I wanted to do with Devin's cover, and it was based on that concept he brought out. So on that one, I drove around Houston for like looking for a building that didn't exist, a high building where I could get that shot, and just I tried to draw it, I tried to fake it, I tried to like get on top of buildings and take pictures, and like I have all these illustrations where I drew the whole thing out. So it came from putting these drawings and putting this stuff together. And finally I was like, Devin, I just went to him. I was like, Devin, dude, I've spent like 100 hours on this. I can't get what I'm looking for. And I explained it to him again and showed him the drawings. And he was like, oh, I was just out with the drone. I got the drone. So he brought the drone up, and we were just sitting on the couch smoking. And I was like, I had my iPhone. I was like, you know what, put your feet in the air. And he was like, what? I was like, just put your feet in the air. So he like did it. And we took some pictures and just took some pictures of him holding the joint. And then he was like, hold on, I got to go get my Adidas. So, or not his, this is Adidas, yeah. So he went and put those on his shell toes. And that was it. But
Yeah, shell toes.
it was a 100 hours of just
Acoustic levitation. Yeah.
failing on concepts, of just failing time after time after time. And then when we actually got it, it's 15 minutes worth of work. And it actually goes like that more than people realize. Like,
Because I read something where you were talking about the Resurrection album, and you were like,
Yes.
that was not coming together. I think it's interesting because you look at Acoustic Levitation, and you don't think about the amount of work that goes into an album cover. Like, actually sitting there and going through all these process and everything. So, like, when you see something like for Resurrection, what was the problem that was happening where you're like, I did all this stuff?
I didn't know how to use the damn camera. I just pulled the camera out of the box, and I took pictures of Trey and Zero just sitting in my office, spinning around in an office chair, like they were smoking weed. So I went to go try to design a cover for like Resurrected, and it's kind of the same thing. I wasn't getting anything, and I was like, wait a minute, I took these photos because I was playing with it, and I just started putting that together. So that one wasn't that bad. I mean, it was just like, it was just, just taking what you have and using it. But that one wasn't, that one wasn't too bad. That one actually came out really good.
It did.
For what it was and the randomness of it. And I think I learned lessons from that. Like, everything always doesn't have to be perfect. And like the cameras we have now, they're so much better than what we used to have back then. So I don't even I get it with these young kids because I'm still on Icon. I even like Nikon. I shoot video on Nikon, like the Z9.
Yeah.
And like I'm looking at the new ones, and they're just like, oh, Sony and this. But I'm like, if they really want to get into a challenge, they can pick whatever camera they want me to use, and we can like do like a creative challenge and see how it comes out. Because I don't think the equipment matters, but even now, like when you look at equipment, everybody's doing like the orange and blue Netflix color grading.
Yes.
It's the same cameras, it's the same looks. So we're getting into that homogenized, like, noise
Yeah.
again. So I'm always paying attention to that because I always look at that as an opportunity to break the norms. But usually it takes a lot more creative work, which people, now are actually coming to respect more than I think they have in the last 10 years. As far as like, there's a rejection of AI, letting AI do your creative work for you.
Absolutely.
If people can detect it. I use it, but you ain't gonna be able to tell what I used it on, and probably not even guess it. But we can talk about it. But yeah, we can definitely talk about it.
I mean, in terms of just the introduction of AI as it started coming, for you, do you look at it as a tool to embrace? Or are you kind of wary of it? Are you embracing it because you're like, hey, it's coming and I gotta use it, otherwise we'll get rolled over?
When digital cameras came out, and I've said this on like every interview, I was the first one to jump on them.
Yeah.
And other photographers were like, I'm not a real photographer, but I can move faster than you. Now I have more creative options. I have more things. I can change my mind more times. I don't have to drum scan everything. I can move more fluidly in the flow.
Sorry, what's a drum scan? I don't even know what that is.
Well, when you take a picture with film, you would get it like your medium format film. You get it developed, and then they'd basically tape it to a drum, and they'd scan it with a laser. So you would get this high resolution scan of your film. So you've seen people like where they'll look through the film through like the eyeglass, and they'll select the photos.
Yeah.
Every time you want to, like now, I usually will design like 10 or 15 covers, and like we'll start narrowing things down, and like, but we're always in flow and switching our mind and changing things. Back then, like, it's $40 a pop. So if you go back to 20 years numbers at $40 a pop at 10, 20 different photos,
$400 to $800.
yeah, the numbers like, and then it's slow. You gotta wait. You gotta wait days. So the point is, the digital cameras, I saw it as like, I can up my quality, I can move faster, I can give myself more creative decisions, I can save cost. And AI has a lot of parallels to that, but when digital video cameras came out, because they didn't have video cameras really in art. We had a VCR that you had attached to a It was
It was nuts. It was too much.
Look, poor people couldn't make videos back then.
No, they couldn't. No.
We could make, unless you had a camcorder, you could make like the trade DVDs, and you could make some stuff. But I lost my train of thought on
The
that.
digital video cameras.
So yeah, with the technology, I learned the lessons of you adopt tools and technology and things that change. You should adopt them quickly and like learn how to use them. With AI, there's a lot of parallels there. There's parallels with like the digital video. Like every time something new that's going to change the paradigm of your field, you should move very quickly into it. But the same rules like still apply. Like we talked about the artist, like creating that identity for him. We talked about like being raw with stuff. We talked about, the work that actually goes in to making that Devin cover. It's all the failures, and it's all the things where you're crafting something.
Yeah.
AI still, it's a tool, but you're still bound by. If you can make 100, instead of making 1,000 pieces of art, now I can make 100,000 pieces of art. I'm probably still going to make the same amount of hits every year, which I'm still going to have to spend that. I just did a video for the company I work for where the camera got knocked out of focus on the main. And this is like, this is a president of a Fortune 50 company. So the camera got knocked out of focus. This is like, it's a bad deal. But I was able to use AI and totally fix the video to where you couldn't tell that I used AI. Like, I just kept it quiet because everybody doesn't need to know there.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of people around knew in the, but you couldn't tell it. But it was such a massive effort to do that I learned it would have just been easier to reshoot it. I couldn't in that situation, so it was an accurate fix of it. But it'd be easier to reshoot it, and I've played around doing some other videos. Like I was fixing a video for Swisher House. There's a video coming out. It's the first one I've actually edited called Demand. But the guy that originally shot the performance stuff, his gimbal broke like right when he showed up, so he had to like hand film. There were some other factors to where it wasn't going to get, nobody was going to spend the time to edit it to fix it, because you know when things go wrong when filming, post, you know, every messed up second in post is 10 seconds, or messed up second in filming is 10 seconds in post. But you know, I went into using AI to like fix that, and it just totally destroys like the Houston vibe of it, like the rawness of the video. So I opted to do it raw, and like the one with that corporate thing, it's actually much harder and much more expensive to use AI. You're looking at a premium models, $1.30 a second, and you're gonna have to end up re-rendering those clips 3 to 5 times, maybe 10 times to get it perfect. Yeah. And then it's still gonna look fake. So there's I do think with like AI, if you go and film the whole video and then you use AI to go over that film, because you're starting with this like really great starting point like this, you're giving AI less to guess on, you could probably do some really cool stuff with it. I'm like exploring that, but I just don't, as far as the everybody getting on AI and just making creative stuff and making video, to me, you're just making noise.
I get it. So basically you're looking at it as starting with something real and having AI help it, as opposed to having AI render the complete piece of artwork. Okay, I get it from there. So
because otherwise you get those, it's kind of like when AI first, you can kind of tell when a new version or something comes out, because all of a sudden everybody makes like the same AI cartoon video or the same AI video where they're like, I don't know, running from Cheerios or something random. And then everybody will make the same AI video where they're like moving around and hopping in jets and all that stuff. And it was like, I'm like, you know, it was cool kind of when I saw it, the first person.
It was cool. The first person that did it was very cool.
The 200th person, I'm like, all right, all y'all found.
You know, even the third person that does it, is done.
It's like all y'all got a Sora account.
But some of the people that did those, they were actually already done much better.
Yeah.
I think didn't Kanye do an early AI video?
Oh, I don't know. He may have.
I think he did. It was one of the bigger, the top tier.
Really?
Big.
But I think when you're like, if you're putting the art into it, because I also think, you know, regardless of how you feel about Kanye, about anything, art from an artistic perspective, like I saw videos from that concert and I'm just like, who's doing anything like this? Like, whether you like him, hate him, or whatever, it's just like, I'm always disappointed, like, damn, man, if you had not have done anything and people still liked you, this would be going down as one of the greatest concerts.
And
like,
it already
ever.
is.
You're standing on a globe that's rotating with a spotlight on you,
and then the
as
sky
all these
appeared.
things and fireworks are and the skies around
the atmosphere appeared and blocked out the crowd,
like,
but the crowd could still see.
I said, who's doing that? Who's thinking about stuff like that?
What was this on?
This is his concert now. I think he just did a show in San Antonio, and it's one of those things where it's like, from an artistic perspective, when you're an artist, it's gonna show out. Like, and when you're not, it's just like somebody else could do that Kanye concert, but it's just gonna look like, oh, you did a Kanye concert.
That is the best concert that I mean, I'm looking at it on video, but I've visually seen. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's
I haven't seen it on video yet. I'm gonna
Oh,
check
it
out.
looks incredible.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things too where I'm like, oh well, you also praised Hitler a lot, so sorry.
You know,
just where
that's
wound
the
up. That's
thing.
where you wound up.
I can't really show it for you, my guy.
Yeah.
But even when it comes to art, I mean, we've talked about a lot of things. We can talk about, you know, your lineage and going with AI. How did you develop your eye for aesthetics?
Comic books, probably.
Period. Like, so what attracted you to comic books then?
I don't really. I say comic books. I have no idea what gave me my eye. It's just natural. And I don't think I have the vocabulary or to explain how my mind really works on that type of stuff. But I know comic books had a lot to do with it. You know, one thing, like when I was in high school and all that, like I was never like the cool kid. I never dressed up. Never was really concerned about image and things like that. I'm still not today. I don't worry about it too much. So it didn't come from that. I never studied fashion or any of that stuff. Never paid attention to that. I just don't know where that comes from. Like I like I said, when I'm working, like I started working with Audi 300. I'm probably a really weird person to work with, because like Audi, like we were talking, I was like, man, till I get to know you, I can't really do a job for you. Like
It's not weird.
and people will ask me like a price, and I'm like, I don't know how to give you a price because I don't know how much this is going to take out of me. Whatever it is, you probably don't actually have the money to pay for it. Like if I was billing Exxon, because it's just so many hours of like talking and taking pictures and throwing photo shoots away, or like just really just getting to know somebody. Like without Aldi, like he wanted to go to his hometown, which is like, you know, 150 miles away, 200 miles away. But to me, that's an important part of the journey of working with the artist, because now I'm getting to see where you're from. I'm getting to know more and more and more about you. And he comes over and we have these talks. You know, he talks about his time in prison and you know, his outlook on things. But it's a lot of the old legends I dealt with, I got to know them over a long period of doing their stuff. But like working with new artists, it's that some of the eye on stuff just comes from half of it is really getting to know people. Like people will call me to like do a cover or a project and like ask me a price, and I don't even know how to deal with that. Because in my mind I'm like, I don't know you. I don't know anything about you. Like I'm thinking all this complicated, like, you know, I've got to listen to your music. I got to see you when we're hanging out. I got to see how you move. Like I got to figure those parts out. So that's part of the eye. And the other part is like, I just move shit around until it looks right. I try as many options. Like if you talk to Kiki and ask him like, or any of the guys, like hundreds and hundreds of options are coming out. Or like we just did Quiet Money Dot.
Yes.
We were talking about you the last interview.
Yeah.
He worked you.
There's, you know, 30 different like photos I edited and tried cover options out with that, and like 10 different, like just swapping options and looking at stuff. So we just started, and like it just starts narrowing down. So a part of my eye too is like I take in feedback from the client I'm dealing with. Like I'm not the type of artist where I'm an artist and it's gonna be all me. I'm like, let's, you know, and then like Derek's I don't know, just his assistant, like Laura, like, you know, she's like, hey, you know, she'll have opinions, Derek will have opinions. I might not agree with them, but we just try them out. They might send it out to their friends, like Al D, like to let all his homeboys see covers. Mm-hmm. They're like, man, they're feeling this one. I'm like, well, let's not argue with them, because that's your fan base, that's your people. So let's just make this better, and then we'll start improving that and start going down revisions on that one.
We talked about with D-Rake and Quiet. We had them on a couple of shows ago, and they talked about pulling up, and they were like, you were just all over the neighborhood. They said Mike got out and was just talking to everybody. I think it's like barefoot. He's like, I said he was just like, I said, were you barefoot?
Hey, I might have been a little bit. I had maybe some flip flops.
But they said he was out there, and that cover of the street sign with Reed and Noel, just, I said it's real. I was telling Quiet, I said it was really simple, but when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Talk about even going through that process of deciding what it is you were gonna do, and like.
I actually had a totally different concept, which I'm going to use it next time, so I'm going to keep it quiet. But and this is how the process went. I had an entirely different concept, which is super dope. I'm going to do it, like I said, I'm going to do it next time. But I pitched it. It was important to Quiet Money Dot that where he's from was included on it. I think with covers too, like with the Rolls Royce and things that go into that, which I didn't really lean on it. There's always this juxtaposition between the hood and like $500,000 or $250,000 car, right?
Yeah.
Like you, and the cover is usually to get attention, to like set this send a message, set this tone and stuff. So we went, and when they were shooting a video, which I normally don't like shooting when they're shooting videos because I want all the attention. But it actually turned out to be great. So they were at this spot off Reed Road, and it was like, it was like those not quadruplexes, duplexes, little apartments that sit on the corner that have the center courtyard. So we were in there, and I wasn't supposed to shoot any of that. I was like, you know what? I went and got all the equipment because it was just so raw, and it was like, it was just like real life. So I brought all the lights out, did a photo shoot there. We were actually supposed to shoot at Reed, but the video like totally blew that out of the water because the car, like there's an issue with the car. There was just whatever. There was stuff. We couldn't do the Reed thing, so I met Derek and them at the second location of the video, which was this really baller house. And I actually only took 3 pictures there because I was like, it's not really, I'm not feeling this, right? It's kind of too contrived. But I had to go out of town. I was like, Derek, we got to go back to Reed Road and shoot that. Because he was like, man, I'll pay you for showing up. I'm sorry all this stuff got messed up. I'm like, no, we're going to get it. We're going to go back. So he got the car again, and we went back, and we shot it. And then, once I felt like I had enough to do the cover, we just went around the neighborhood, like shooting a bunch of stuff. But I think everybody in Houston, I think the corner store itself is a part of our culture. Mm-hmm. Like the corner store itself, like we all have memories of walking in our flip flops to the corner store to grab a cigarillo, grab a coat, whatever we're doing, right, or hanging out. It's just, and when you drive down the street, especially like anywhere like around the loops in Houston, just this from the hood to like the lower middle class, like where most of us probably grew up in. The corner store is like a very important part. So I focused on that part of it. But it was important on me on this cover, understanding where Dot, what his age is, like where he stands in the culture, like with AI, all this fake shit coming, that we just got back to the thing we started this interview with of, I learned a long time ago, just make it raw. And make it simple and make it clean and just let the truth be the truth. But we released a bunch of these other photos and clips too, because when you see a cover, that cover is meant to like get your attention, and it's kind of meant to set like, oh, he's coming up. This is where he's from, the car and all that. He's coming up. It's clean, right? It's meant to set that. All the other photos that I released is I wanted to show this whole spectrum of Dot. We used some of the ones I did in the house, a couple that I took, but that was like the Reed Road shot, the park shots, like all these things. Like if you grew up in Houston and you grew up in any of these neighborhoods, like you can relate to, and it's simple and true. And his was specifically just like, I told Derek too. I was like, man, stop putting out AI edits on this shit. Just, he's like, well, help me out, and I'm like, look, I'm editing like, you know, everything out of the shoot. I'm gonna send you a ton of stuff. Just like, let's.
I'm about to say, what is that? You told him to stop, but that's another thing dealing with AI is, you know, you might send a client like raw photos. Hey, working on this, and they're like, cool. Let me put it into my phone real quick.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Something, put a helicopter, you know, that kind of thing. And it's like, so what is that also like? Where it's, hey, I'm trying to create my art here, and now the adjustments are happening, which I imagine. I feel like all artists kind of have to deal with that now.
I didn't mind if they made edits to him, but I would have preferred if they just took a Sharpie and wrote the information on it, or just like printed out some stuff and stuck it and taped it to it and took a picture, then using AI.
Yeah.
My thing was like, it's the AI flyer too. Like you brought up the thing about the AI club flyer. There's a lot of stuff on social media where like, I'm not coming to your party if
they all look the same. And you know what?
It's brown and fried. It looks like they fried it.
And it's a lot of information.
A lot of
there's so much. The club flyer used to be like the address and the time,
and the girl.
And now it's like, So it's like Melissa Ford, address, time. Yeah. That's it. And now it's like all of these things that are on here, the food that's going to be served, the group that's putting it together. It's like presented by Baller Life presents da-da-da-da-da.
They're always brown or pink.
Always brown.
What?
I think AI is just easier making browns and blacks, maybe.
I've been using AI enough for, especially with like corporate stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just it's corporate communication stuff. It's like whatever, but like one of the things I use it a ton for is getting corporate background music for talking head videos, which is like, you know, the typical corporate sound. You hear them on all like the sites you would normally buy them from, right? Or download them. What I learned doing this is AI. So everybody prompting in stuff for flyers and things like that are probably doing it in this natural language. AI is literally just pumping out the same shit for everybody. Because I noticed after creating about 100 different songs for you know, about 40 different videos, a couple of each, I went back and listened to the songs I originally created way back for the corporate stuff doing natural language. It was all the same sound pattern. So unless you can get into like Suno and you really study what musicians call different things like crescendos and like horns and the beat and all that, and actually understand the music, you can't properly prompt it to even create anything original. And it's kind of the same thing for like art and stuff. So people making flyers are like, hey, if it's shiny, it seems like to me like it. Yeah. If it's shiny, it's good.
Because it's like a lack of if you don't have that ability. I think when I see people do it for writing, like if you write, you can tell when somebody's using AI for writing. Yeah. Like, and if you write a lot, you can really, really tell. Yeah. But if you don't, you're like, well, you know, words on paper.
I don't know.
I said the words is on the paper. I said
I just delete the M dashes.
You know, it's funny because a lot of writers use M dashes.
I know.
And so one of my friends is
They're
like,
revolting.
I loved the M dash, and now I'm not allowed to use it because everybody's using this. And she goes, you know what happened? It was like a whole bunch of people that don't use the M dash were using AI. And AI fixed it up for you and put the right
M-dash
thing.
was like the blue check mark of writers. It was like a sign of superior writing skills.
And I was like, everybody used the M-dash, and it's an automatic. And I'm not going to lie, I told her, I was like, yeah, when I see the M-dash, I'm automatically like, you probably used AI. And you might not have. You might not have, but it is like a telltale.
The writers at my day job, because it's corporate communications, like a couple of them are revolting. They're like, I'm still using the M dash. I don't care.
Yeah.
What you think?
It's a part of me.
It's a part. Yeah.
I think it's one of those things, especially if you just grew up on it. Like the M dash used to be like a nice little fancy thing.
I didn't even knew the damn M dash existed until
a lot of people didn't. A lot of people didn't. That's why I think it's like a telltale marker, because so many people did not know what it was. And then they're like, oh, what the hell is that? Why is the computer putting that in there? And you're like, it's proper grammar. And we didn't know it.
My emails at my job were always like short, like a couple words. Like, it's very like corporate communications, super short. But you get like these, people type up these long, well-written, corporate emails. But I was like, you know what? When AI first came out, I was like, I'm going to start responding to everybody. I'm going to take their email, copy into AI, have it write the response, and send it to them. This is like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And everybody, when ChatGPT first came out, and everyone was like, man, your writing skills have really gotten proven. And I'm like, thanks.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I did the same thing. That was the best time because people thought I was just so intelligent. I'm like, bro, I am just using yours to respond to you. It's perfect.
One thing I'm doing now is I'm mixing in. Like I built this digital double of one of the. I'm trying to separate information, but anyways, I built a digital double of an executive at work, right? But I realized like the bias that people have on AI, that it fucks with their head. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take. They asked me to like produce an image. They're like, oh, just use AI so we can get it quick. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and Photoshop in, like, I'm going to give them half AI pictures that I built this thing called Allura where it makes it, I built a bunch of tools where it makes it easy for me to build a pretty accurate digital double of them. We did photo shoots and all that. I got the training data, but I mixed the real photos in with the AI photos. And I didn't tell them that. Mm-hmm. And then they come back and they're like, the one that was actually picked, they come back and like, well, we just don't like the AI version of them. And I'm like, that's the real picture you picked. So really, like, do you know?
Yeah.
Or just because I had the capability and you asked for that, like, is it messing with your head or?
And that's probably what it is. I think that's more so because now you're getting to the point where people have difficulty recognizing whether something is AI or not. And so sometimes they'll just assume they're like, it's probably AI.
Wanting to do the comic book, my favorite use of AI, and I'm shamelessly going to use it. I don't care what anybody says or if they know, because I can't fucking draw a cartoon. I can't animate for shit. I'm not going to frame by frame animate, is animation.
I do see a lot more animation.
Fun doing cartoon animation.
I do see a lot more animation now coming out.
What are you doing with cartoon animation?
I'm taking all my old drawings and sketchbooks from my punk rock rave days and early, 16, 13 years old.
Yeah.
I'm taking all the characters and I'm cleaning them up, just to get on Photoshop with a light pen. I'm like drawing them nice. And I'm taking that and I'm building all these character loras of all my old characters and like gonna script them together into a cartoon.
But it's at least with that,
I can't afford a whole team of South Koreans to animate.
Yeah.
But at least with that, you created the animation. Like you made the animation. Like sometimes I'll see people do it where it's just like, Doug, that's the Boondocks. Like like you didn't draw anything. You just said make Boondocks.
And inherently, I think that's the whole lesson of the whole thing. Like, you have to stand out. It has to be different. Yeah. You have to it has to be, people know, on the tools that you use, right? Yeah. And you have to make your mark with it. So on all that, definitely it's a tool you should use. But also it's a tool everybody else is using and you still have to do the work.
Yeah. Got to stand out you stated.
It will save you from, you can do things that you used to be prohibited because you don't have the financial backing, like creating an animation. Or you can create Hollywood level special effects for a film that you're making. But you still have to plan, you still have to do the work. It's not easy if you want to be, if you want to be respected for what you created.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we've talked about AI enough, and everybody's using it, but there are some people that know the prompts to use to make AI really stand out and work for them. How did you get into that? I imagine you must have gotten to like learning the prompts and everything.
I went through that stage. I don't really need prompts anymore. I don't use prompts.
Really?
No, I have direct conversations with it. So, and that was the other thing, like how I use it is like probably by the end of next week, I'm putting up a new website that the process control that I have on, because one thing we don't have a lot of is time. So, and then we're dealing too with AI, like it has to be, I can't just use it for creative stuff. Unless I'm like the thing we talked about, like you still have to put in the work. You still need the time to make something original and dope. What it can do is everybody that's doing this type of work, we have to take camera photos out of the camera. We have to upload things. We have to process them. We have to show them to the client. We have to maybe send them to printers to get printed or whatever. All the process, all the work, taking your video out of these multi-cameras, and you're going to have to sync them up in Premiere, Resolve, or what you're doing to my voice, and you're going to have to do all that. I don't prompt to do things anymore. I spend my time walking AI through my process, and I've automated everything. My entire process, from when I drop the pictures on my computer, it kicks out all the blurry ones, uploads it, emails the client. The client goes to a system, they can review it. They can pick the ones they want, get prints, it sends them the invoice.
That right there, though.
And I only jump in on the creative stuff.
How'd you learn to do that?
Just fucking around.
Yeah,
That's it.
Fucking
You
around.
didn't go to school for nothing, just messing with AI.
No, I've never been to school on anything.
You know,
I wanted to go, but I couldn't afford it back when I was a kid.
you talked about that in a few of your interviews.
I would love to go finish a degree, but
Where the Pen and Pixel.
Man.
Going back to Pen and Pixel is Houston based. A lot of people did not know that, and early on in your career, you wanted to work for them. So what happened with that? I kind of gave you the chip.
they said something I didn't. I was probably I wasn't a fit. I was probably a little like too hungry, or maybe too thirsty to trying too hard. Maybe, I don't know. Something like I didn't go to art school. I heard when I was walking around. Just, I don't know.
But that made you.
But it hurt my feelings.
But that also made you go. You said you went to the art school, the art supply, and picked up all the books. I mean, it made you just. I mean, it made you go study like it was school anyway. So yeah.
It. I think part of the thing of not having a degree is. I wish I would have got it, because I think in society, and this, maybe I'm getting a little political, it's like a caste system.
Yes.
If you don't have a degree, no matter how much talent, how much you study, whatever, they lock you out. And it's a caste system.
Yeah.
Like you go, if you're not gonna move. And I watch the same thing. Like I'm a contractor at the company I work at, but I'm like, well, shit, the people that are actually employees, y'all are in a caste system too, and you're in a caste system too. So there was, I used to want to go get a degree because I wanted it, like, I felt like it was putting a glass ceiling on me. When, my wife wanted to go to law school, and I had to support the family and kind of chill and get that job, right? And that's when I really became aware of it. Actually now, like, I'd actually love to go back to school and get, like, study engineering, like hardcore science, like at Rice. I'm fascinated by all that stuff. So,
What fascinates you about engineering?
Just being able to. I think the hard sciences is just like, all the matter, all the things around us, like just learning how to create. Like it's another level of creativity. I don't think I'd want to go be like an engineer at an oil company, but I would want to. Just spend a decade like just start with like I don't even know where I would start. Like material science and engineering is I think like a lot of the stuff like where they're going with creating new materials like at the molecular level, like a lot of the biology stuff that's going on. Like I don't even know where I'd want to start, but I'd love to spend like a decade just getting into that part of science and that part.
You like the way things work.
It's
Like the
like
basics.
it's master of the universe. Now you
Yeah.
can actually start controlling the matter around you, like on a creative aspect. So
I mean, I think it's like the same thing where you talk about artists the same way, where it's before I'm creating this, I want to know exactly like what you are at the base before we go make something.
yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. What's been one of the what's kind of been your favorite album cover to work on, and then one of the most challenging album covers?
They're my favorite. Which one did I have the most fun on? I think Slim Thug's "Boss of All Bosses." Like I always bring that one up. That one was to me that was one of the most fun because it was kind of before the iPhone came out, the music crashed, but I had a full team going. Like I actually put up my own money to do that cover because Interscope was trying to like push me out of it. But the payday was big, so I was like, but it was like everything was just firing on all cylinders the way it needed to fire. And the way it came out, you know, it was. I could actually walk around and be more of a creative director on that. Like I was setting up the shots and like passing the camera to like team people and like, hey, this is what I want and go here. So that one was the most fun. I think it was the one where I felt like I think if the music business would have held, like the iPhone and stuff didn't come out to like completely, I think I was just getting at the point of I could start at a professional level because I already made so many mistakes before that you know I think that was probably my favorite.
That was the most challenging one you had.
Every single one of them almost is challenging. They are because I get stressed out like a lot of times because it's I have to deliver something that's at a certain level. And I want to deliver something where if y'all see a cover I've done, y'all are like, it says something, right? It makes a mark in time. It moves the culture a little bit, or it, you know, it's successful.
Yeah.
So they're all challenging. I put way more into it than I think people realize.
You shot the
and it's a simple picture. I probably spend more time on a cover than people spend editing an entire video.
I was about to say, you shot, because it's not just Houston artists, you shot like the cover for Yukmouth.
Yeah. That one was fun.
All right. Let's talk about that, because you got Rap-A-Lot flew you out for that, right?
Rap-A-Lot called me and they like, hey, you want to go? You wanted me to do a cover for Yukmouth. You want to go to San Francisco? I literally had $50 in my bank account, and I didn't ask him for no deposit. I was like, yeah, I'll go. So I went there. I went there with no money, no nothing. Took the cameras to like go shoot it. Yukmouth pulls up. I think we spent the whole time. He was just selling weed and smoking it, like driving around everywhere. He stopped and got some. I didn't have no money for food or anything, but I was just like, we'd go in a hotel, and I was like, you know, I got 5 on it. So I'm like hollering at the security guard in this hotel so we can get up on the roof. I don't even know if they're gonna let us, but that was a complete adventure, doing that one. Okay. I remember I had $3 left the time it came to fly back, and I caught the train and like walked the rest of the way to the airport and came back.
50. You went to San Francisco with $50 and all your camera equipment. Came back with 3. Hanging out with Yukmouth.
I ain't smoked weed for 3 weeks after that shoot.
I bet
it was more than my lungs can handle. I was smoked out for weeks.
The Cali weed at that time.
Yeah.
I bet.
And you've got this opportunity to interact with all of these artists. But I think the other thing too is like you get a chance to see another side of them.
It's a venture. Everyone's an adventure. Like if an album cover is not going to be an adventure, I don't want to do it. I want to go to where people are from. I want to go experience things. I want You know, I want to see things I've never seen before. I want to meet people I've never met before. I don't want to go in a studio and shoot things. Like I want everything live. I want everything outside in the open. So, but all of them are a challenge. And I think I found too the less the photo shooting the experience is, like where we're out live and it's like Yukmouth, it's just chaos. The harder it is to actually make the artwork. Like I need to be in that chaos.
It makes it easier to actually create.
It makes it easier. Like I think being at the right place at the right time with the, you know, is more important than just putting up a studio and trying to look cool. Like I like, you know, let's, you know, follow the same rules with Quiet Money Dot. I had to be out there. I could have shot him at that house and like photoshopped some stuff up, but it wasn't right.
Yeah.
But they're all challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be around the people.
And then like I said, I'm super ADHD, so like the artwork side of it, I'm a mess on that too. Just options coming all over the place, changing minds. Like Kiki will be like, the cover's done. I'm like, man, I might have a couple drinks. I'm like, man, I fucking hate that cover, Kiki. I was like, we did like 7 photo shoots on one of his, and he, you know, he had the Legend Hotel, and he's like, man, I got my new pool in. Just come take a picture of my pool. And we took a picture. I was like, man, this looks like a motherfucking real estate ad. Fuck that. I hate this cover. And then we did something else. He's like, it's just not the right picture. And I'm like, man, you know.
Now, how's that go when the artist is like say Kiki's like, man, I like that picture.
I love this. Yeah.
He goes, I like this picture. You're like, you're thinking about it like late night and like, I don't like it no more.
A lot of times I'm exhausted when I send it, and I'm just like, here. And he's like, oh man, that's it. But like I said, a couple days later, I'm like, man, that shit fucking sucks. That shit's bullshit. I hate it.
What's the conversation like after that then?
Kiki's usually like, oh, well, yeah, let's redo it.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever had somebody that's like, no, I need this?
Nah. I mean, I'll just send him, you know, I'll do something, send him something better. I've never had anybody do that. It's like, you know when something's right. You know when it's not.
Yeah. Nah. And then what made you, I mean, you talked about, look, eventually you come up like punk rock, growing up, arts, kind of a counterculture. But then at a certain point, you know, we get older, you start to shift into the corporate world. What got you into that world? And do they know all of the stuff that you do?
Having kids? I hate that shit.
How many kids do you have?
To grow up.
I love my kids. I have 2 daughters.
Okay.
No, the corporate stuff,
Less.
The people don't understand me at all. I feel like I'm talking with a heavy Indian accent, because they just kind of, they look at me like, and I'm just like, if I want to drive anything there, especially like being a contractor, I have to just do it. Because I know, like, once everybody sees it and they like it, then all these people are going to come around like, oh, yeah, it's great. You did a great job.
That. Yeah. He's always been that guy. It's like...
So, but I learned a lot from corporate, because I was scared of corporate when the music business crashed. And I wish I have to give props. I've learned a valuable thing, is I understand corporate culture now.
Why were you so scared of it?
Just, you know, I mean, you know, just like being a kid, go up making 45. Like, none of my parents went to college. Nobody worked at a corporation. My dad was a mechanic. Mom drove a school bus. Like, there was nothing in my life, or nobody in my life I could talk to even give me a glimpse of that. All I saw was, it was boring, and it was just, I didn't, you know, it's like, I was just super naive about it. I didn't know how to do business with it. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know anything about it. It was a void to me. So I just stayed away from it, because it was just so foreign.
And then once you got into it, what did you start to learn?
First of all, like, I didn't trust anybody for the first 2 or 3 years. I was like on guard. And then I kind of relaxed. I was like, you know what? Everybody's kind of cool people. But on the design end, I think on this, what I learned is, like, people at corporations aren't spending their own money, like I had to market a business after being in the corporate world for a while. I had to market business back to corporate people. So I realized they're not spending their own money. All they look at is Apple and Microsoft all day. And they're very risk averse. They don't want to make a mistake to lose their job.
Yeah.
So when I was marketing to them, I was like, okay, all I have to do is place the marketing I do right into that happy space in between there, where we look like we're the least risk. We're right under being the most expensive. And we ended up landing like Memorial Hermann, NASA, like all these, and we were a startup business. Like COVID put that one out of business, but so I learned that. I definitely learned that. I really learned like the glass ceiling from the college thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I learned that I don't necessarily fit in, and that corporations really reward people who just follow the rules really well.
Docile.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they just follow the rules. So I learned a lot of weird, like, my mind works in weird ways. I learned a lot of very, like, strange observations from studying the corporate world and studying the people. They're great people, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that I would be a lot more successful and effective going in and selling services as a company instead of working there. Like, I have to deal with them. I would do better dealing with them as a boss than an employee.
I get you.
Yeah, so I get you.
And there's a lot of money there, so.
I'm about to say, corporate gives more stability. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely stability, and that's what kept things stable while my wife is going to law school. She has her own firm now.
Okay.
That was kind of the decision to go there. Was she wanted to go to law school, and I was doing work for like car dealerships and other stuff around Houston when music declined, but running my own like agency and doing that stuff, I was working 16 hours a day, and the offer from the corporate thing was like, it was a little bit of a pay cut, but it was super stable, and it, I had kids too, so it's actually it was a great blessing.
Yeah.
Of going through it, but.
And that point of music decline, I mean, you were talking about that correlating with the iPhone coming along. I mean, just talk about that time period, because I think for a lot of people that are younger, we're talking to our producer earlier, and he's like, yo, I was 4 when that Slim Thug album came out. Already Platinum came out. It's difficult to kind of conceptualize how much money music was making one day, and not that the money went away, it just shifted.
It went away a little bit.
Okay, so talk about that.
Yeah, no, the music was losing like 25-30%. Get the numbers off Google or ask AI for the numbers, but it was like 25-50% year over year loss. I mean, it crashed heavily. So I think the lessons from that, like I've talked about this a lot in interviews, but the lesson from that is there was definitely signs coming. The iPod, the most successful year of the iPod was in 2008. And I was in LA, and like I always say this, they had the silhouette advertisements with the thing. So you have to pay attention in your industry, and you have to like look at what's coming down the pipeline and understand what changes it's going to have. Like, there were signs that it was over. There were signs that it was over 5-6 years before it was over. So like with AI coming right now, I think we all have to look at our jobs and look at our stuff look down the pipeline, how it's going to change things. I'm definitely looking at it, and I think that's a reason to embrace it. But I just saw it coming. I remember I would go around Houston and be like, man, this shit's over. And be like, man, what are you talking about? I'm like, release that album now. This shit's over.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a psychic. I was just.
You're just seeing it.
The margins on the record stores are low. Yeah. That's where most of the community and the promotion lives. Yeah. The MP3, all these downloaders are now on iPods. They're about to transfer to iPhones.
Sound waves went
I did get early information that the iPod was getting moved to a phone device. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was my thing was I wasn't able to transition fast enough either.
Yeah.
I really just did not fucking want to do anything but album covers, so I was stubborn.
And album covers was such a physical thing. Like,
Yeah, it
you
was.
used to. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Getting an
Walking into the
album,
store.
Mm-hmm.
CDs, vinyls, cassettes, like each one of those iterations, the artwork and the information that came with it was like a really big part of the purchase
Of course.
of buying all that stuff. Yeah.
I think it added to the mystique of the artist, because I remember when I was in, getting like the Beastie Boys or the NWA albums, or Guns N' Roses albums, or like the Nirvana, whatever. We would all, no matter what music we were into, we would all read like the insights. It gave us like a little more insight, or like got us a little closer to like our favorite music and our favorite artists. And music's a very emotional thing for people. Like I would watch my daughter listen to music, and she's just emotions going all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was just like that when I was a kid. So it's the album covers and stuff was a big part of that.
I mean, you talk about Nirvana. Like, how's the Nirvana baby now?
I don't know.
36?
30 something.
Yeah, and that was like a big album
huge.
cover.
Seeing
That was a
him at
massive
Water?
album cover. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him live at, I want to say the Vatican, but I don't think that's the name of it. It might be the Vatican. It was on Washington.
Oh, wow.
But it was just a little small show before they got big.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize it was Nirvana. A friend told me later, because I was chasing some girl around. But it was like a small show there. Yeah, we were at.
Dang, you got to see.
So I got to see Nirvana before they blew up
Before
with a
they
small.
blew up.
But did I?
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
Did I watch them? I don't remember.
Did you get the girl?
Did you catch the girl?
No.
Oh man, that night was a bust.
It was a bust.
But you learned.
Like most great stories about chasing a girl.
Said he learned from
Most of
failure.
the time they had like, get it.
We went back to the comic book store after that, because I had the keys to it, and like
Yeah.
drank some beer and watched Evil Dead 3 or Evil Dead 2 for like the 500th time. We used to go there and play Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the keys to open up Street Fighter, ring up credits, and we'd read comic books. And
Who's your character on Street Fighter?
Ryu.
Okay.
I'm a Ryu. I'll fuck you
Ryu
up.
guy. Ain't you a Ryu guy?
Oh, no, I'm a Doslim.
Anybody?
You're
anybody,
a Dawson now?
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody want to get into a competition, like we should do a Street Fighter.
Oh, now
Street
here's the
Fighter
thing.
2?
Here's the thing. I am a Street Fighter
2.
Super Nintendo.
Yes.
Street Fighter 2
Turbo.
guy. Look,
I'm arcade.
all of the
Okay.
new video game stuff.
I can't play it on the consoles. I gotta be
Man,
on
look,
arcade.
Smash Brothers, all the new Street Fighters, the Tekkens. I'm like, look, I don't know how many buttons y'all are pressing. I'm out. I said I'm out.
You need the original arcade though.
Street Fighter 2, the turbo, like the Street
Yeah.
Fighter 2, the turbo. I can do those.
Yeah.
After a while, it got too funny.
Everything is way too complicated. Now I'm waiting for it to break because of what the new
For arcade.
Movie, ain't it?
no the new PlayStation. What they were saying, they're not going to have disc.
Yeah.
It's just going to be all digital.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, and it's probably going to be ridiculously expensive. I was like, I feel like we're headed towards another console failure.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Because
It's like
somebody's going to come
$7.99.
along and be like, hey, I got this cheap one right here. It's like when the Switch took off.
Yeah.
And people were like,
I love the Switch.
I love
Zelda.
the Switch. When the Switch took off, that first Switch,
Zelda, man, is my thing on the
man,
Switch.
I was like, oh, look at that. Look at that. So some of these things, like most of the video games that people are playing now are on their iPhone.
Pretty much.
They're very
Really?
cheap, low quality game because people just like the fun, simple games now. It's
I do
like
math on my phone.
I don't have
That's my fun
1,000
game. Yeah, I don't need.
I don't have $1,000 to shell out for. We're waiting for Grand Theft Auto, the next.
Everybody's waiting on that. They ain't
Yeah.
spending no money till that comes
one.
out.
Yeah. They're saying
November
it's,
19th.
they're saying it's going to cost $100.
It already does. The pre-order's out.
Oh,
It
You
is?
get the $80 version, but you're not gonna get certain like tattoos and cars and stuff. Or you can get the $100 version that has everything.
When's the PC version coming out? I'm waiting on the PC.
They don't know yet. They haven't announced that yet. But November 19th is when it comes out for console.
Look, I'm gonna
but the
tell you-
PC version, I think they're gonna wait on because you can,
Mod
you
it.
probably yeah.
I'm actually gonna spend.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get it when it comes out. I'm gonna wait for PC, but I'm gonna spend my time learning how to like dev the mods.
Yeah.
You should.
For
I
the
think
new
they're
one.
trying to stop that because when they purchased what was that one? Dang it, I forget what that's called. When they purchased that one modded account, I go, that's what they're putting into the game. I forget what that one mod that mod is, but like they're trying to put that into Grand Theft Auto now, so I know they're trying to do something that's gonna block you from modding it because they.
Well, I hear some talk about them figuring out how to monetize the mods.
Exactly.
Yeah, if they can figure out a way to monetize it, I knew things were done. Kind of how you were saying, "Hey, it's over to all the rappers."
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when they started releasing the fighting games with 2 characters and then you had to buy the rest,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and I was just like, oh, it's over, you know? And I remember I was telling our little cousin, he's like, what's wrong? I was like, man, let me tell you a time, son. Like, there
We used
to be
to
a
have
time
games with 8
where you bought a
characters.
cartridge and all the characters were there and available. And maybe there was
You might have to unlock something.
one hidden character.
Yeah.
Maybe one after you play, and you didn't have to unlock it. You didn't have to. And it was a secret. It
Or
was a
you could play with the
surprise.
boss after you beat the whole game.
Exactly.
Yes.
You would play the whole game, you master it, you get the boss. That was it. And now it's like you turn it on. They were trying to show me Marvel Rivals. I downloaded it and they were like, "Oh no, the download's free. You just have to buy every character you'd like to
I
play
can't
with."
play a game on my phone.
It's a Marvel Rivals is on the consoles.
It's on the console.
But you gotta pay for it. Like, it's, of course, Spider-Man, Wolverine. It's got all the characters. Like, as a comic book guy, it's like, oh yeah, I get a chance to play with these. And then they're like, yeah, but Spider-Man costs $9. And you're like, Wolverine costs $10.
Man, you know all those games though. I got hooked on some. I don't even remember the name of it, but I got suckered in by one of those ads for the games where the gameplay don't even look like that.
Yeah.
That happened to me numerous.
I ended up spending
On
like
the phones?
$500 on that game trying to buy stuff. I finally I got so invested. I'm like, and I had a whole team of friends on there. I'm like, man, look, here's my number. Y'all can text me.
Yeah.
I'm deleting this game. Fuck
Yeah.
this game. They're using y'all to keep me hostage and spend my money. I ain't doing it anymore.
Oh, mine was Simpsons Tapped Out.
Oh, yeah.
But this one had a whole social aspect. I'm like, fuck
I
off.
played
See y'all
Simpsons
later.
Tapped Out until they tapped out.
Yeah.
The one day they just like, hey, dog, Simpsons is done.
Yeah.
They were like, we're not updating it. We're not doing anything.
Yeah.
I said, like, you know how much money I spent on this game? They was like, hey, man, sorry.
That sucks.
Sorry, he ain't got nothing to do it. That's why I want people to go back to physical everything.
You should.
Cartridges, movies, disc, music, all that stuff.
They
I
can
like
remove
owning
your stuff. Even with like the wrestling game, the new one that came out, Stone Cold Steve Austin's on the cover. He's not unlocked. And then you got to do so much to unlock him. And then they got it, hey, man, you could play the game or you could pay this money. I'm like, bro, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right?
Like, he should be unlocked.
And some business executive was like, yes, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I know.
I know you want.
looks-
I know you
looks
want that.
good,
It's
doesn't
only
it?
$19.99.
I'm like, dude.
It's only $19.99.
Even Grand Theft Auto does that. When we talk about cars, and they'll be like, it costs $2 million to get this car. And I'll be like, if you buy a Shark card, that car's $20. That's a $20 car in a digital video game
Yeah.
that's going to go away. And I'm never going to play this game again when the new one comes out. I have spent X amount of
When
like
people started buying clothes for their NBA characters, I said, oh, okay.
I still think the whole NFT tech thing in video game worlds where people can buy and sell music and art and clothes and have limited editions of it where the game companies make money. I thought that maybe Grand Theft Auto would do that, but I think that's coming soon.
we don't know yet. We still don't have all the information. It comes out on the 19th. You know, Rockstar ain't going to tell you much.
Yeah.
So it could be a thing because, like I was saying, I was trying to remember it. It's the 5M server and the 3M server that they bought. Those are the most popular mod servers, and so they purchased those. And now it looks like their game is modeled after those. So it's like, yo, they got something coming down the pipeline. I can't.
I need to
see-
dig in more to that and see if I can.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I was cool with, you know what? I did like Red Dead Redemption 2.
That one was great.
I loved Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar and Insomnia,
Great games.
they always come out
Great
with something.
studios.
They're either gonna, so I know I can get a good. I'm still gonna get that Wolverine game when it
I
comes
can
out.
understand. People hate that game.
Wolverine game when that come out, the
Really?
Spider-Man games, yeah, when those come out, I said, oh, I'm always gonna pick up one of those. So
Man, I
Yeah.
like some of Sony's, like their Ninja game. I can't think of the name of it.
Gaiden?
No,
no.
it's like you're in Japan.
Yes, it's like feudal Japan where you're like walking through Legend of no. I forgot, but it's a beautiful game.
Yeah,
It's an
out?
absolutely
I love that
gorgeous-
one.
It's an absolutely gorgeous game.
It's Rise of the Ronin.
Nah.
It's somewhere around there.
Man.
There's another one too where you're a girl fighting dinosaurs, like in the future, and I can't think of the name of it. Horizon. It's Horizon something on Sony. That's actually one of the best games I've ever played.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to
So
look.
you're like you're fighting these robot dinosaurs. It's far in the future, but you're like a cave girl. But it's like the past civilization got extinct by like this gray nanobot goo, basically. So they wiped everything out.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
But
one.
it's so this AI made these robots to like take care and regrow the earth. And there's like you're this caveman girl, and you start going through the whole story, but you're like fighting these robots. It's a great story. It's a badass game though.
Okay, no, I'm gonna have to look.
I think
Horizon?
Horizon.
Yeah, it's Horizon Zero something.
Yeah. That one's great.
But yeah, I forgot what the.
These are good games. Thank you.
That one's great. That one's my favorite,
Is
besides Grand Theft Auto.
yeah.
Everybody's favorite is Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto is incredible.
I would say like if I actually to sit down and play a game, I really enjoy playing that game.
Yeah.
Like that one, Grand Theft Auto can get monotonous.
Yeah.
That one, like just the play of it, like the skill of playing it,
I
is
understand.
amazing. Yeah.
That's why I felt.
Did you get the same satisfaction like Street Fighter 2, like
Yeah.
beat the crap out of somebody because you got so good at it?
And you know, there are certain games. Well, I loved Assassin's Creed for a while,
I love that too.
but then it went off the rails.
That first Assassin's Creed, that Horizon, has a similar skill type
Oh, okay.
gameplay
okay.
that original
Okay.
Assassin's Creed had, but it's even better.
So
Okay.
it's like Batman and
Oh,
Lord of the
Batman.
Rings and
The
stuff.
Batman
As far
games.
as that move around, whatever. I forgot that.
Open
Predator, what you said? What?
The open world aspect of
Not,
it.
not even the open world aspect. It's the fighting of. They're able to go from like this character to like boom, 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 go over here, punch this person, go over here, punch that. Is it kind of like that?
No. It's
Okay.
it's
It's just open world.
yeah. It's you just have to play it.
And I like. I
I don't know how to describe
No,
it.
I'll definitely try that out. What? So you're working with Aldi 300 on album covers, but that's the other thing too, where you say you're kind of particular about who you decide to take on. I mean, as of recently, besides for Quiet Money, who were some of the other artists you worked with?
Recent,
Yeah.
just Quiet Money and LD. That's really it.
Are you thinking about kind of doing a? Well, I mean, we were talking with Quiet about kind of this resurgence of regional rap.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying the resurgence of regional rap is also this kind of antithesis to like what we started in the beginning, like fake. People just want to know stuff is real. And, you know, if you're in your area, you're like, well, I know he's real. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it's like, you know, so like if you're near Detroit, you're like, yo, I know that rapper right there. That's real. That's our guy. That's who we're going with. So we're seeing a lot more of that. Would you be open to working with like a lot more artists now?
Yeah, I would definitely be open to work with more artists right now. But I'm definitely looking like Al D, his voice and everything. Like
Yeah.
he's in his own lane. Quiet Money, the voice, his flow, what he's doing, he's in his own lane. It's like I'm definitely interested in working with new people, but I'm also looking for people that are in their own lane. That they're no matter what, you're from Texas or Houston, you're gonna have that in there. But I'm looking for people that are like just. That I'm interested in their story. I don't feel like they're a copy of what was done in the past. I feel like if I add them to the catalog and stuff I've done, like it's continuing on this like legacy of new and different talent. I don't know. Does that make sense?
No,
makes
no,
perfect
absolutely. Absolutely.
And I used to actually when I started. When it came to where I had to do the album covers for the money to pay bills, to where I was doing stuff I didn't want to do, I hated it. So I'm just following that rule too. Like, I'm probably gonna meet some other people around at video shoots and places and chop it up, and we get a relationship going. And I like the music, and Yeah, definitely. I'm interested in doing new stuff.
And we know you like people in. I mean, you got a Devin the Dude hat on. One of our favorite artists.
Yeah.
And he has managed to do his own thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even talk about the fact you get to know all your artists. What was the process of getting to know Devin to do like some of his earlier album covers?
Rap-A-Lot hooked that up the first time. We didn't know each other. We just, hey, like, we just went to the South Side, met up with him, and was like, what are we going to do? And he's like, I don't know. We're at a studio. He's like, want me to break dance? I'm like, fuck it, break dance. Or we just made shit up as we went.
Yeah.
But Devin's great, man. I love Devin. Yeah, he's one of my favorite, and he's one of my favorite to work with.
He's got to be. You got the hat.
But he's
on.
so laid back, like, you know, Devin's cool.
And he's one of those people where I'm like I said, if I ever had like a show or something, it would be randomly running. Like part of the elements of the show would be randomly running. There was one week I ran into Devin the Dude like 3-4 times in some of the most random spots. One was like a corner store. Then I saw him buying.
Was it baked potato or something?
Nah. I was buying turkey necks on the side of the road. This guy was boiling turkey necks up there. I look over, it's Devin the Dude sitting on a couch waiting for his order. He was like, hey, man. Nah, we exchanged numbers like 4 times.
Yeah.
That sounds like Devin.
That's about it.
The last cover I shot for Devin actually didn't work out. I should have got the girl myself, but we were going on we went to this golf course that had this pickleball course, but the whole cover was actually a good idea. But man, he like brought his cooler of beer. We ended up just not having all the things we needed for the shoot, so we just took some pictures and drank beer on the pickleball course. Like, but Devin was just he's always so chill. But creatively, like his music too, like the vibe of his music.
Yeah.
Like it's something I really enjoy listening. Like it's something I actually listen to while I'm drawing or while I'm working on my own stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I'm definitely down to work with any artist, but I'm also putting a lot more time on my own stuff. I've never actually put out any of my own things too much. Like I'm always working and doing things for other people. So yeah, I'd like to do some of that, like some of the animations I'm working on. Like I would like to go to some of the artists I've worked in the past and be like, hey, work on this with me.
Yeah.
Get a voiceover from them.
Yeah, get voiceovers or
bring the comic back.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to shoot a music video, so I'm looking for some targets for that right now.
Okay.
Same thing there. Like I'm just taking it back to something. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I definitely want to enter that game a little bit and play around with it creatively.
So he's saying it now. I'm going to clip this up. Like, Mike Frost is saying he wants to shoot a music video. All y'all rappers follow me. It's Mike Frost.
You know what's funny thing is I've asked a bunch of people, like, hey, I want to shoot a video. They don't take me serious.
What?
Really?
They like, yeah, there's times, but I don't think they're actually aware, like, in the corporate environment, like with working with, I've shot hundreds of videos.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're aware of that. They just see me as the photo guy.
The photo guy.
But there was some things, like I've been practicing with it and like gimbal control and things like that. There are elements of video that you don't have to worry about with the photos.
There's also another thing too where I'm like, this might be a thing where people are just now getting back to recognizing how important video is. Like we know it's important in terms of social media, but I feel like people really got away from the idea of shooting a music video. And I'm going to say within the last like 2 years, I'm seeing a lot more creative music videos to kind of like pierce through all the noise.
Here's a creative problem I see with, I can name most of the albums that I've done, and you're gonna see the cover in your head, right? You're gonna be able to, like, the Paul Wall's People Champ or whatever, like you.
Yep.
You remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard. I've watched tons of hip hop videos from Houston. It's hard for me to recall any single scene or recall this like iconic thing about it where I still remember it.
Yeah. There's a Still Tipping video that we just all kind of know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of videos.
But they're still tipping. Come on, I mean,
Yeah.
that was
That was that.
one of the last ones.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're talking about the current musicians that a lot
Just
of stuff
just any video because it's the noise again. Like
Yeah.
it's and everything might be highly polished. It might be the greatest looking thing. It might look like that shit on Netflix, but what do we remember?
Yeah. And there are
So-
some that didn't even get. I mean, what Zero's video comes out this week
sure does.
from Most City Dawn.
That won't probably be one that's remembered because
Yeah.
it's the
Most
song
City
and it's
Dawn.
Most City
We've
Dawn.
heard it for 20 years, so it's kind of
Yeah,
cut
and
through.
it's a
Yeah.
it's a hit. It's remembered because of what it is. But I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying, like, can you get it to where videos are remembered by the population in the current day of so many videos being made, like the album covers are?
Yeah.
Because album covers in photos have an advantage because you see the same frame a lot. It's repeated, but videos just I personally feel like it haven't
And there are certain artists where it's like when you look back, all the artists we necessarily called weird
Yeah.
are the ones that got video. Like Missy got Video Icon
Yeah.
Award.
They're the
Busta
greatest.
got Video Icon Award.
Outcast.
Outkast.
Yeah.
But even outside of there, it's like I think about the video for Black Hole Sun.
yeah.
I think about the video
yeah.
for
Yeah. Soundgarden.
remember Freak on a Leash?
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Bullet.
Like, yeah, the bullet
Yeah, they're
flying
like,
through
Freak on-
everything.
I always remember the Redman and Method Man, Walk Wilder.
Yeah.
They're stepping.
Yeah.
And that it's
Yeah.
time to
Yes.
that beat. And it's
I
just
love
dope.
that. And they're
The
just
Michael
walking
Jackson
through.
videos, of course. I remember all of
Yes.
them.
Every Michael Jackson. But Billie Jean, that is the greatest.
So yeah, my thing, I want to do videos, but like creatively, can I create something iconic in a video form?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you can.
I might follow. I'm gonna definitely try.
You know?
I mean, I'm gonna keep redoing it until it's right. But
Somebody take this man up on this offer, man. Take him seriously. It's my. If I rapped, I'd be like, what do I need to do? Because golly, you know these people.
if I do a video, it's not gonna be for any of the legends of the people. It's gonna be for somebody new.
Somebody new.
As you should.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be for something new because there's more. I have a lot more creative leeway.
Yeah.
There's I can like really experiment and do something. Plus, there's like more opportunity there to introduce somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get somebody else attention for like the work. So
And just to get out there and experiment.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, get out there and like time too. Like hey, before we shoot, I'm gonna probably fuck up more and I'm gonna get it right. So we're about to go on a journey making this right. It's gonna take some time to get it right.
That's what happens. That's art for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even with us, it took us a while to get it right here. So we
It takes
fucked up a
time. It
lot.
takes work.
Have we got it right?
Are we? We're getting there.
Are we getting it right?
We got Mike Frost.
Are we getting it right?
Y'all got good.
We get going on. It was never a guest problem. It's never a guest problem. It's a us problem. We got to work on. No, I'm just fucking with you.
You're funny.
Hey, from what I see, everything's together well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Board up there, you got the TV.
Yeah, we got a few things, you know what I'm saying, and nice little collectibles. Plus,
Yeah.
I do feel like it's one of those things of just time spent,
Mm-hmm.
you know, doing it. Like when you talk about the creation of art, like for me going back, when we're talking about AI, a lot of the AI stuff is just computerizing what people were doing already. You would come out with something and like a bunch of people would copy. The internet even helped that along, where we got a chance to see like, oh, a lot of people got to copy this. And now the computer jumped in and it's like, I'm copying too, and I can copy quicker than all of y'all.
It does. You gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
I always try to shift.
Yeah.
Like right, the thing we are talking earlier, like with the iPod and is about to change the music industry, or AI coming in, or the digital cameras, or there's always this wave between things becoming like new and it turns into noise, and then seems like it rolls back to being raw. But now you got to introduce something new at that stage too.
Yeah.
So I always try to shift and move on that wave, and I don't always know where it's gonna go, but
And see, the iPod,
the instincts will tell you.
the iPod, I knew that we were stealing. Like with the iPod, what was that iPod I had? the big one.
Oh, the
Not the Nano.
I think it was a 250 gig.
I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, however much it cost.
It's $400.
I never paid for not one song. I said, there's no way
So I bought the
that
same
Apple
one.
thinks that I'm going to take this device that costs $200 and then fill it up with like $100,000 worth of music. I said, each song costs $1. I said, oh, y'all want us to steal?
It was 250 gigs. I remember it was $400.
I was stealing. Like, I was just
All
like,
of us
oh.
were.
I said, yo, I'm downloading everything. It made me listen to everything.
Yeah.
I said, man, I'm downloading any and every single thing that comes out.
I remember I was in LA the first time somebody showed me Spotify.
Oh, wow.
This was 2006, 7 maybe. I don't know, somewhere around there.
And that's one of those things, too, talking about staying ahead of technology, because when they started announcing things like that, I was like, there's no way I'm paying a monthly service to get.
Man, there's
access
things
to
going on
music.
right now that are probably not making too much noise,
Yeah.
but that are going to completely change
Yeah.
our environment in 6 years from now.
Well, you say it's important to adapt.
And they're going on right now, so you just got to find them. And
Because he's right about all of that. He was bootlegging everything, and he was giving it to me.
me too.
And I was getting it all. I had the same iPad. That's what I remember. I bought it twice. So I remember the price. I remember everything. And I was like, yo, filling it up. That's why I'm into Ice Cube. I didn't buy all of my Ice Cube. I'm sorry, Ice Cube. I didn't buy all those Ice Cube albums, but I listened to all of them. And then when streaming came,
Streaming stopped me from
I wasn't getting no music no more. He was like, hey, bro, you just got to get into streaming. I was like, he was giving me everything, dog. And then
Hey,
after
man.
that,
I wish it would just go back to owning shit.
Oh, I wanted to go back to owning
Like, can
stuff.
somebody blow up the Spotify satellite? Like, just take that shit.
I think
Allegedly.
Spotify and all those, they'll eat themselves. It'll fail just like, like all big companies kind of do. I remember Tower Records when they were like, we're making the last stand. And I was like, all right.
Or at least if we could come back to like a balance where it's 50-50.
Yeah.
That would be, I think that would be actually the best.
yeah, all the companies got to get with it. Because even like, I buy CDs. And even with that, like the car companies be like, you don't need no CD player. Yes, I do.
Yeah, my car got a CD player. And
Like,
I said, I
that's-
don't think I'll upgrade it.
My home, my dream final home entertainment system is going to be all analog CD players, CD
Yeah.
collection.
Yeah.
Like maybe some 8 tracks in there, record players, like nothing, I mean, my speakers will be Bluetooth around the house.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's
but
how
you have
mine are.
options.
But there's a point for Spotify. If we're hanging out in the pool or it's a party and I don't have a DJ,
Yes.
that's
Boom.
fine. But I actually like getting up to change the tracks and
I like
change
what
the
we talked
record.
about earlier. You're looking at your covers in the book.
Mhm.
All of that, man. You
Plus,
get
it
to
makes the artists artists make songs and they make albums that feel more complete when it's like, oh, you have to like listen to the whole thing,
Yeah.
as opposed to just play this track 4,000 times. And you're like,
Man, I think one thing too, like I'm 50 now, right? So I'm getting older, and I just realize, like, it feels like the older I get, the more I start counting an hour like $100 bill. Like it's a lot more expensive. Time's a lot more important to me.
yeah,
And I'm personally detaching from devices and things. Like there's time I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna do my work, but like when I listen to music and stuff, like I wanna look at the record. I wanna look at the stuff. Like it slows down time to go down analog. Like
yeah.
Every day is the same thing. You're scrolling through your phone or you're watching this TV series. You done watched 100 TV series. Or like, I hate TV, but I don't hate it. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't binge on stuff like that much.
They were talking about Netflix the other day.
But every day just becomes noise.
yeah,
And
Homogenized.
stepping away and grabbing a book, stepping away, like grabbing the actual record, putting on the record player, putting the CD thing, like taking the time, like just on the couch to like look through things and like turn off the noise. I personally, it slows down life for me.
yeah.
Like I don't want to spend the next 20 years or whatever just like doom scrolling and just sitting on the couch watching TV and things like that. Like I like the analog experience of things.
I think they talk about that wave of the younger generation. Like Netflix keeps talking about they keep losing people between the first and second season of the shows, and people are like, y'all make crap shows.
They make it dumb.
And y'all make a whole bunch of them, and then it just becomes slop for us to all take in, and then we're just like, yeah, I don't want.
It
I
is
don't want
like,
it.
yeah, it is like we're being fed a lot of slop.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, with Netflix, because you got to turn on the TV and you got to go to Netflix and find something. I miss the days where you just turn the TV on and stuff might find you, and you'd be like, "This is interesting," and you could just turn it off. But yeah, because there was like maybe 50 options. Now there's a million. I don't want to watch none of that. Tubi, all of that, it's too much.
Man, I can say I haven't turned on Netflix, and we have a subscription. I haven't watched nothing on Netflix in 6 months, maybe.
I think that's
I
the
don't even
problem
know what's
we're
on the current.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I think no matter how big these things get, like I always tell people, I was like, I watched Tower Records fall. I watched a lot of companies that we thought, remember Tower Records, Best Buy, like all these companies that were like, we're not going Blockbuster, and now they're gone in the blink of an eye. They got replaced by bigger ones, but I was like, you'll probably go away too. Like, well, one day these kids will be like, remember Spotify and Netflix?
Well, shit, maybe AI is the problem with that, where you don't even, it just broadcasts shit into your head that it thinks you like all day.
Yeah.
Just making up stories on the fly, making up videos.
But that's the other thing too. You would see the ad executives for there. They're like, one day you'll just tell AI and it'll just make a movie for you that you kind of like. And I'm like, that's not. I don't even want to see the movie that I want.
It's an echo chamber.
That doesn't help me at all.
That's where that is like the logical conclusion of where it's going.
Exactly.
And it's like, I know my daughter hates that stuff.
Yeah.
She can't stand it.
Well, she
And
hates
a lot of these high school kids.
I think the younger generation, they do things like have Polaroid cameras and dumb phones and all these other kind of things because
they really like it how we had it in the 90s, because how we had it was fucking dope.
we had it fantastic.
great. When we left the house,
like I tell people,
gone.
We were gone. It was an
All day.
adventure. There was,
all day.
Nobody could get in touch with
looking
us.
for you because they couldn't catch up with you. It was like there was
phones.
no phone or nothing.
oh, my
because you
daughter
were just
especially
out.
loved that. She ain't got that kind of
Yeah.
freedom. We track her every
Yeah.
day.
But you have to, in this day and age with the technology and everybody else is doing it, you have to be a helicopter parent. When we came up, our mom would have loved that. But when I left the house, I was gone.
Free.
My daughter has a little bit of like, she's 17 and got her own car. She has, I give her like her 1990s freedom we had. She behaves well, but shit, I was like 8.
Yeah.
Like I'd be 5 miles away.
Exactly.
I tell people all the time, my mom used to lock the door.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was like, hey, you talk about like our little cousins, like, I don't know. I'm like, you used to put us out in the morning, lock the door and be like, don't come back till lunch or dinner. And we just be out
We just
in the
figure
street
it out.
and just have fun.
And at the time, too, we were living in Alaska. There's wild animals everywhere. We're just...
There was wild animals. There was wild people. There was like random stuff. Even when we came down here, it was the same thing.
There's moose and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
Just be outside. All right.
It's like be everywhere. Whether it was Alaska, Houston, San Antonio. Looking back, I was like, oh, this could have gone left at any moment. But we were like, we're fine.
Me and my bike, I was like, it wasn't like into the street, into the neighborhood. I'd be in a different like town, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm riding
Just
my
like,
bike. We live in
Just going around.
It really is amazing, like how far we went.
Yes.
I was like, they have Spring Creek here. We used to, when I was like 5 and under, I lived in Spring, and Spring Creek was behind this lady's house that used to babysit me. But my brother had my dad, they had like this little Honda 50, like this very smallest motorcycle. It kind of looks funny. I was like 4, riding that thing down in the creek.
Yeah.
And like we'd jump quicksand, and like the creek, the islands would change. And we'd come back, and like San Antonio, just jumping field after field after field, like walking around.
That's awesome.
And then in Houston, we went everywhere.
Like San Antonio would definitely just be lost.
Now, like my daughter, I'm like, hell no, you ain't going down the next block.
That's what's hilarious.
Everybody's got
You walk to the convenience store.
Life 360.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like parents be tracking all. I'm like,
Yeah,
I know
said,
exactly
hell
what
no,
we're
you're not
doing.
going on that. We did the same thing. There was, in order to get to my buddy's house, he was in a different neighborhood, but there's a creek called Lost Creek that we'd have to go through. Now there's a park there, But back then there wasn't a park, and there was like just big open field. So we'd get on our bikes and we'd be like, you just have to go through. We know there's snakes and all types of stuff here. Don't slow down. We had to do that to go to Blockbuster, to get the Blockbuster music. I'm like, every day was an adventure. But now.
I wasn't super helicopter parent with my daughter. Like, I let her experience some of that stuff. But I definitely like tracking, watching. Like, she wouldn't know, but I'd be driving by and checking it out.
And I just,
it's better that way instead of, a lot of people just.
You've got a daughter, so you see the younger generation, and I feel like they're kind of rebelling against like everything that business people do logically. Like, hey, the kids are on their phones. We should start making vertical movies. And the kids are like, yeah, I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You know, I think paying attention to my daughter, she loves to go to house parties. She listens to music across everything. You would never even think she would like 1950s music. Like, she listens to everything.
Yeah.
Like mumble rap, which, you know, I'm like, come on, man, put on some Pimp C. But I'm like, this is real rap.
Yeah.
I don't know what you listen to, but she listens to everything, like punk rock, Nirvana stuff, like all Red Hot Chili Peppers, like anything you can think of, Michael Jackson, like just any artist you can think of, she listens to, from any time, any era.
Yeah.
She doesn't really like vibe with the AI stuff. She hates using it. But yeah, these kids are like definitely revolting against all that stuff.
Yeah.
They ain't vibing with it. They ain't liking it.
And you just never know. You can't control. You just can't control what the kids are going to do. Like I said, they tried to control us on the, you guys need to go to the store and buy albums. And we were like, man, fuck no. Like, dog, I'm going to just download this other thing. They're
Well,
like,
we used to have to go to the record store and steal them.
Yeah.
We could. We didn't have, when I was growing up, we didn't have MP3. We couldn't get the MP3. We had to actually go steal the album.
Oh, man.
Entire album.
And then we'd give it to our friend. They would steal one too and make a copy.
Yeah.
Do the CD.
That was the same thing
Even
too.
with tapes. It used to be able
Tapes,
to just,
Tapes.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I was like, man, I used to love that time period with tapes.
Plus, I also felt like you were more invested in the artist because, like, if you got a bad album, you were listening to it.
Yeah, we talk about.
I said, Doc, I'm listening to this album. Like, I remember.
You try to make yourself like it.
Yeah.
J.O. Felony.
Cannabis.
I said,
Cannabis.
you had
That
cannabis.
album,
I had J.O. Felony, man. I forgot who I traded
I could give
J.O.
it to
Felony
you, but
for.
what you gonna do
I said,
with
man, that single is hot. And then you listen to the rest of the album, I'd be like, I don't like none of these other songs. I got to trade this away. Then you got to talk to a friend and be like, nah, it's good, man. Let me get that. It's hot.
Let me get this lock.
Man, let me get that. Let me get that from you real quick. I'll trade you that for the locks.
Yeah.
And they're not even that good.
Yeah.
Coming to you the next week. This album's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
I kept
Man, I definitely got a CD case still full of stuff.
Oh, me too.
Me too.
Me
bro.
too.
But it was great when I always liked it when you found like you would get a new album from an artist, like you might like one of their songs, and then you kind of like you keep playing that song, but then all of a sudden you start liking the next song.
Yeah.
And then you start liking the song before it, and it like spreads until you like, oh man,
That's how
this
you
whole
get everything.
album is
Yeah.
like
You have
It's-
more of a love for it, and then the transitions, because even like on Jay-Z's, what is that? In My Lifetime, when it goes from rap game, crack game to Where I'm From, like now. People don't listen to albums like that. They just go from song to song, but it's like somehow the rap game remind me of the crack game, boom, and then it goes right into a slower song, and it's like I can't listen to one without the other because the album was so cohesive. I miss those times because
Now
buying a
everything
CD,
is just like separate songs.
all
But
just goes.
I think you're getting a lot more artists that are like, oh, let me put all this together. Like, I want to make it work.
I think it's coming back.
Yeah.
I think there was the music industry crash. The streaming came in. People were like, "Oh, it only makes sense to like release these singles or these couple songs." So everybody swayed to start doing that, and then everybody is basically adapting their thing for the profit model.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of things for the profit model of the artist now is like developing, 100,000. If you have 100,000 super loyal fans that'll buy merch and stuff you release online, if
Yeah.
people going to your shows and stuff like that. So it's think it's becoming more and more in the artist's interest to look at every single fan as like a customer.
Oh, absolutely.
And look at the buying fans and start catering more to that. When in our time it was like if you get it on the radio and everybody likes it and they buy the CDs, I don't think you had to have as much of an artist customer connection as you do now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Not everybody.
I mean, I'm not a music artist, but that's kind of.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir. You see exactly what it is, because that's basically like bringing it back to Dot. That's the way Dot works. It's the way Devin the Dude works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm not trying to please this person over here. If you like my music, I'm going to make the music for you, and we're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense.
That's something I hear people say too, like regularly. Oh, we got to find somebody young. We got to find this or that, or it's. But like with Dot, when I was working on that cover, I always had this one thing. It's like I don't have to make it. I learned I don't have to make everybody happy when I'm marketing an artist, and that comes to that subculture thing we talked about in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
If I can make 1 million people like feel this person on whatever I'm making for them. So like on that Dot artwork, it was really. I'm making that specifically for his audience, and that real simple look. I was like, all right, I think people my age and your age, and I really think that's what people are gonna feel.
Yeah.
And with my daughter stuff too, it's like they want the real shit too. So all right, so maybe this actually, like keeping it very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everything stacked up next to it is like all the club flyers, all this overly complicated stuff, too much stuff on it. So I'm basically, for me, like making them stand out by just removing the clutter.
Yeah.
By just keeping it simple.
Doing the opposite.
Which takes like, it takes like self-control, because you want as an artist to keep working and adding like that whole project became. I kept stripping stuff off of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kept wanting to add and strip off. Like if you look at that, like the Quiet Money Dot is in the back of the store thing.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of details on there that it's actually complicated, but they're all hidden
Yeah, it's subtle.
in the artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real nice, it's subtle, and it's direct. Plus, the thing is, I mean, like you talked about, you have to know these artists in order to make something like that, because, I mean, Quiet Money mentions Reed Road and that particular corner store.
Yeah.
So it's like getting that,
I also have a
that
problem working outside of artists in like other cities and stuff a lot of times too. Like I know Houston really well. I know where Dot fits into Houston. I know Texas really well. I don't know, I think I understand like the streets at a human level, and that it's through the South and everywhere. It's kind of the same through the United States. I understand that, but I feel Houston.
I get it.
Okay.
I don't know if I could do the same thing like in LA and stuff like that. If
I don't limit yourself. Yukmouth. You did that Yukmouth cover. Like,
You got to get to know the person.
when you get to know the
got
person.
it.
Yeah, I mean that was just trying to make it on my $50. And get
But you still got the talent. You did
I'm about to say it still got the cover.
You know?
I mean, that was as simple as the album's called Godzilla. Well, fuck, I got to get on top of a building.
Yeah.
I need to it needs to look like Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that comes from comic books too. Like I love Godzilla, the character.
Yeah.
Like I love Godzilla movies.
I mean, you got it. You know what to do. It's just you got used to perfect it. Even when I told you where to park, and you was like, you parked somewhere else, and you was like, because you know the city. Hey, my windows, brother. I was like, this man knows.
I don't even have anything in my car that is expensive. I
Yeah.
got shit that looks like it might be expensive.
Might be expensive.
But
you don't
where
want,
we're
you don't
at,
want somebody
I
to
get
search it.
We're in Midtown, people. Man, love it. But
By the old bus station.
By the old bus station. Yeah,
By the old
I've already
bus
got
station.
this area.
I knew I didn't have to even tell you where to go. But I was like, he knows. So I'm gonna tell him just like that's why I text you so late on that. I go, but he knows where to go because this is his city. But it's like, yeah, we all know. Like he said, by the old bus station. If you know, you know. And the people that watch this, y'all are 9 times out of 10 from Houston. You know.
Yeah.
You definitely know.
Man, this whole area. I remember this area from before all this shit. Like, there's no development here. That bus station was still here, though. It's still fucked up. But I remember back 1990, this area. like 92. I still have photos like from doing like location scouting like back in 1996, 7 from this
yeah.
area.
Was
This
the
area,
McDonald's
this area
there?
was
There was a McDonald's.
Yeah, was the McDonald's
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Oh, damn.
I'm talking way back. This area used to be straight. I wouldn't ride my bike down this neighborhood
I remember.
back in the
Yeah.
late 90s.
Yeah.
Because that bus stop.
I wouldn't ride no
was
bikes
fine.
down here. I would
Yeah.
stay away from this area.
It is
This
what
was
it
not
is.
safe.
Then they built the light rail and all this other stuff came, and it is what it is. But that's the thing about Houston.
They're
it
about to
developed-
take down the freeway.
Yeah.
They're
about
about
to
to
take
take
yeah.
down Pierce
Well,
Elevated.
Y'all about to have prime property and be a
Yeah.
park.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah, what are
amazing.
they going to do with buildings? I guess they're going to leave it, but
They said they're going to move it. So what they said was they were going to essentially sell it or lease out the area to like just private. So who knows what they're going to do? Some guy online made the artwork where it was
Yeah.
like
A parking lot.
turning like the Pierce Elevated into a big park or anything, but it's like a hoop dreams thing. It could happen, it could not happen, but who knows what it's
Yeah.
going to be once a company starts getting in here and buying up sections
I'm
of it.
worried about this. What about the Astrodome? What are we doing with the
It's
Astrodome?
like the rodeo. in,
My God.
Texans.
man, I don't know what to do. I don't know if anybody knows what to do with that thing.
I don't think anybody.
I
knows
think they
either.
should turn to it's hot as fucking summer here. Just turn to like a giant indoor pool,
Yeah.
wave pool.
They've been
telling you,
wanting to
with
turn
some
it
water
into
slides and
Yeah.
shit.
turning it into indoor
Water park.
Anything.
like a massive indoor park.
Yes.
would be fantastic.
That's what they need
I'm
to
not
do.
saying that also because I walk in distance from the George R. Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, from Astrodome. And
Yeah.
It's great.
It would be great for me too. I'm on the other side.
Parks, biking, anything.
And it's right off the light rail.
Yeah.
So it's kind of perfect.
I mean, the old Astroworld thing, they could turn that into like. I think Houston needs like a giant public ocean wave pool, and then you can have the indoor park in the Astrodome.
So you got the land over there. Yeah, I see your point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's perfect.
Yeah.
We would come. If you build it, they will come. We've been talking about all of this, trying to develop this city, your eye for everything. Thank you so much for coming out. Before we go, you've done so much in this city. What's one thing that you can say that you're thankful for?
Man, the obvious stuff, you know, thankful for my family, thankful for all that stuff, kids, and just making it this far, right? I think one thing I'm really thankful for is like just following my like creative dreams as a kid, like not really having a plan. That I remember when I was young, I would look at LA or New York or everywhere, and I would just feel like we were in the middle of nowhere, and like there was nowhere to go or no like. I just felt like, you know, a kid from the north side, like just this feeling like everything was far away that was happening. Like everything that I wanted to creatively wanted to get into was just so far away I would never get there. So being now like 50 and being aware of what we did for the city and like creating, you know, being a part of creating this a culture that so many people are like a part of now and benefiting, and like everything going on with all this and all the video and art, and you know, being one of the early people in that. I'm thankful that everybody trusted me to do the covers and gave me the opportunity to make an impact in the city that I did. Because like when I think about that kid back then, that everything was so far away, and I think about now of being a part of creating what this kid wanted to be a part of as an older guy, I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful that I'm being interviewed right now, and that, you know, I hope people look at my story and are inspired to go after their dreams and do their thing, and not worry about stuff. Just go with the flow and like create. So I'm thankful that the city and God just put me in the right place in the right time with the right weird ass personality and interest to be able to do it.
Love that.
Like I said, that thankful for my kids. Like all this stuff provided wouldn't have a family if it wasn't for this stuff. I wouldn't have, you know, if I wasn't able to create it here, I'd probably been like in LA. I wouldn't have my kids. So I'm thankful for everything, like in a holistic way on that.
That's perfect.
It's perfect.
Where can we find you? Where can we find you on social media? Where can we find you in
Yeah,
life?
everything's SLFEMP, self-employed.
Self-employed.
I have a website up right now with a lot of the art. I have some prints and stuff up for sale at slfemp.net. And then I don't want to say the address, but I'll post it up on my social media. I'm launching a new site soon, which is the stuff I talked about earlier, where I'm going to open myself up for a lot more work, where it's more of like an agency. So I'm going to start working at booking that up.
Yeah.
And if I can fill that up with work, I'm going to start reaching out to other artists. Because I built a management platform for it too. So, you know, I'm going to start working on the agency thing, but I'll send that out. We'll
All
see.
right, perfect. Look, this has been another In My Humble Opinion podcast. We've had our guest with us today, Mike Frost. It's me, it's Avery, and this is my brother,
Just Devon.
H-Town. It's too sweet. H-Town is too sweet. Goodbye. I need to go to DreamCon. They be out there. They be choosing.
DreamCon.
They be choosing.